Here are the top stories. Christians in Nigeria join their counterparts across the world to celebrate Christmas. Bishop Matthew Wazan Kuka says President Buhari is leaving Nigerians more vulnerable than when he assumed office. On the foreign scene, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky urges citizens to persevere in the face of Russian attacks. Good afternoon and welcome to Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. My name is Okwayemuni. Merry Christmas. Christians in Nigeria are joining their counterparts across the world to celebrate Christmas. Christmas is an annual festival commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ, which is observed primarily on December 25th as a religious and cultural celebration amongst billions of people around the world. While speaking on the significance of a period, Bishop Catholic Diocese of Osogbo, Most Reverend John Oyejola, said it is a period to reflect, to be simple, kind, and charitable. Bishop Oyejola urged Nigerians to imbibe the spirit of humility and condemned the manner wealth is being amassed by humans. Earlier, President Muhammadu Buhari urged Nigerians to set aside their differences and celebrate the love and joy that Christmas brings. He reiterated that Nigerians should celebrate the period by showing genuine love, care, compassion, and empathy for one another.
We thank the Lord first for keeping us till now, that He has kept us going in spite of all the challenges that we have. So the message of Christmas is simple, that we should empty ourselves, be be kind, be charitable. So my message for everyone is to be humble, to be kind, to be charitable. What you don't want others to do to you, try to avoid doing it to others.
The Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has urged Nigerians to remain hopeful for a better country, particularly as they prepare for the 2023 general elections. Obi made the call yesterday in Awka, Anambra State, in his 2022 Christmas message to Nigerians. He urged Nigerians to be optimistic about a better and more productive country. In a statement issued by his media aide, Dr. Valentine Obeyem, the former governor preached love while reinforcing the reason for the season, noting that the Christmas season gave birth to hope in the world. He encouraged Nigerians to go beyond the festivities and glamour associated with the Christmas season and strive to live out the true essence of a celebration. The All Progressives Congress APC standard bearer for the 2023 presidential election, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, says despite political differences, Nigeria must move forward despite its challenges. The former Lagos State governor stated this in a Christmas message to Nigerians, felicitating with Christians as they mark this year's Christmas. He said, "May the joy and great gift of Christmas be the renewed hope that Nigerians can and will forge a better Nigeria with the help and guidance of Almighty God above."
I stretched forth my hand in fraternal affection and great joy to Christians and all who join in celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. Christmas is a period of spiritual uplift as both Christian and non-Christian are moved to reflect upon God's love for mankind and what truly it means to love your God, your neighbor, and yourself. I say Merry Christmas to the farmer, the student, the laborer, the artisan, the all professionals, the entertainer, the teacher, the police officers, the market woman, the soldier, and to all Nigerians. I also extend my wishes for a good, happy Christmas to my political opponent also. No matter our political differences, we are all Nigerians and we must move this nation forward.
In the meantime, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has felicitated with Christians on the occasion of the birth of Jesus Christ, directing the various committees in charge of rice distribution to be fair and avoid partisan considerations. In a statement by his spokesperson, Malam Olawale Rashid, Governor Adeleke described Christmas as a moment that reflects the love of God for mankind, even as justified his rice distribution program as necessary to cushion the effect of the hard time on the citizenry. The governor called for a renewed commitment to the service of humanity in line with the true teaching of Jesus Christ, adding that we must strive at all time for the progress of our society. While enjoining Christians to be moderate in their celebrations, Governor Adeleke called for prayer for the country and Osun State in particular to overcome the myriad of challenges that has hampered progress and impactful governance. Governor Adeleke projected a better situation for the people in the new year, charging them to prepare the PVCs to elect good leaders that will serve their interest. Similarly, former Governor Adegboyega Itola of Osun State has congratulated Nigerians, particularly Christians in Osun, as they celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Mr. Itola, in a statement by his media aide, Ismail Omekmido, called on Nigerians to rededicate themselves to selfless service of humanity with emphasis on brotherly love, patience, tolerance, care for one another, amongst other virtues, which he noted are in line with the true teachings of Jesus Christ, while urging Nigerians to seize the occasion to spread love to their neighbors and remember the less privileged as we celebrate Christmas. The former governor equally encouraged them to use the festive period to pray for peace, unity, and prosperity of Osun and Nigeria, especially for the year 2023, an election year. The Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, Matthew Azan Kuka, says despite the many lofty promises of President Muhammadu Buhari, he's leaving Nigerians far more vulnerable than when he assumed office on May 29, 2015. The fiery cleric also said he has no doubt that the health of the president had improved in the last 7.5 years, but wished millions of Nigerians enjoy a fraction of Buhari's enhanced health through access to better healthcare services in the country. The septuagenarian preacher stated this in his 2022 Christmas message, adding that the corruption Nigerians thought would be fought has become a leviathan and sadly, and the consequence of a government marked by nepotism. Kuka further called for a change of strategy on the part of the masses to dethrone arrogant men and women in power who are determined to make Nigeria a jungle. Abia State Governor Okeze Ikpeazu has expressed his excitement over the prevailing atmosphere of peace and security in the state. Ikpeazu disclosed this in his message to Abians for the Christmas celebration, adding that this has made it possible for a large number of Abians in the diaspora to come home to enjoy the Yuletide with their kids and kin. He noted that it is nothing short of a miracle that the state enjoys relative peace and tranquility at a time when many parts of the country are battling with security concerns of different kinds. The governor, while welcoming Abians in diaspora who came around for Christmas, urged all to feel free to move around the state with a view of making useful suggestions to the state government. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has asked the residents of the state to reject his inexperienced opponents and allow him to actualize his re-election bid in the upcoming 2023 polls. Sanwo-Olu made the appeal during the All Progressives Congress APC West Senatorial District campaign in Alimosho. According to a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Boyega Akosile, the governor called on Alimosho residents to point to projects executed in the area wherever his opponent comes with wrong information about his government. He further urged voters to reject his opponents, telling them to suffocate the plans of opposition parties with their votes. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has expressed displeasure at the recent comment by the former national chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Uche Secondos, over the former's reluctance to support the party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. Wike on Thursday had promised to reveal his preferred candidate in January 2023. In response, Secondos reportedly gave an assurance that the people of Rivers were too sophisticated for anyone to impose a candidate on them. But yesterday, the governor countered the former PDP chairman during the commissioning of Alu Omagwa Road in Ikwere local government area. He stated that he never said he was going to impose his candidate on the people, adding that he was only going to tell the people whom he's going to support and whom he's going to campaign for. President Muhammadu Buhari has described the claim that he was buried and his supposed body double Jibril Aminu from Sudan as the one occupying the presidential villa in Asarok as an expensive but funny joke. President Buhari reacted to the claim in a documentary shown at a private dinner organized by his family and very close associates marking his 80th birthday. The president said some Nigerians are skilled in creating humor to feast on something they do not understand or comprehend. He described the rumor as the work of some mischief makers to demonstrate their cheekiness. You're watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. We'll be right back after this break.
From all of us at Western Spring Television, this is wishing you Merry Christmas.
Welcome back on Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. Now to the rest of the stories. The cross-state government has honored about 50 eminent men and women who have played prominent roles in the development of the state and the nation. The state honored 3 former civilian governors, including Chief Cornelius Adebayo, Alhaji Shaba Lafiagi, and the late Mohammed Lawal, who received a posthumous award. Also, 3 political founding fathers of the state who who included Chief J.S. Olawoyin, Dr. Olushola Saraki, and Alhaji AGF Abdul Razak San, the father of the incumbent governor, were all given posthumous awards at the occasion. Speaking at the ceremony, the state governor, Abdul Rahman Abdul Razak, said that the awards underline his administration's efforts to promote excellence at work, patriotism, inclusion, and sustainable development. In business, the National Insurance Commission, NICOM, has increased the premium rates for vehicle insurance in the country. In a circular signed by Leo Aka, Director of Policy and Regulation, NICOM, on behalf of the Commissioner for Insurance and addressed to insurance companies, the Commission said the new rates will take effect from January 1st, 2023. NICOM explained that the upward adjustment of rate was pursuant to the regulator's exercise of its function of approving rates of insurance premium under Section 7 of NICOM Act 1997 and other extant laws. Under the new template, private vehicles that were paying 5,000 naira premium for 1 million naira third-party property damage limit and how to pay 15,000 naira premium for 3 million limit, 5 million naira limit for own goods with a premium of 20,000 naira, and staff buses are to pay 20,000 naira premium for 3 million limit. NICOM said third-party motor insurance offers protection against damages caused by a person's vehicle to another person's vehicle or property. On the foreign scene, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has urged his people to persevere in the face of Russian attacks as the country celebrates Christmas. In a defiant speech, he said, "Freedom comes at a high price, but slavery has an even higher price." Russia's missile and drone attacks have left millions of Ukrainians without power, eating, and running water. Yesterday, Russian airstrikes killed 10 people in Ukraine's southern Kherson city. The regional authorities said another 68 people were injured and called on local residents to urgently donate blood. Describing Russia as a terrorist country, Mr. Zelensky accused the Russian troops of killing for the sake of intimidation and pleasure. More than 50 people have been injured in an intercity coach crash in the province of British Columbia, Canada. British Columbia's Interior Health Authority has issued a code orange, meaning services are responding to a disaster or mass casualties. It is not known what caused the crash, which happened about 160 miles from the provincial capital, Victoria. 53 people were taken to hospital following the incident, but their conditions have not been disclosed by the local health authorities. Premier David Abbey said he was shocked and saddened to hear of a serious incident. And to sports, Pele's family members have gathered at the Albert Einstein Hospital in Sao Paulo, where the 82-year-old has been since late November. Doctors earlier said Pele's cancer has advanced and he requires care related to renal and cardiac dysfunction. His family said he would remain in a Sao Paulo hospital over Christmas. Pele has received regular medical treatment since a tumor was removed from his colon in September last year. Pele's son, Dino, who played in goal for Santos in the 1990s, posted a picture of himself holding his father's hand to Instagram. Brazil football legend Pele is widely considered one of the greatest footballers of all time. Before we end the news, here's a recap of our top stories. Christians in Nigeria are joining their counterparts across the world to celebrate Christmas. The Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto, Matthew Azan Kuka, says despite the many lofty promises of President Muhammadu Buhari, he's leaving Nigerians far more vulnerable than when he assumed office on May 29, 2015. On the foreign scene, we told you that Volodymyr Zelensky has urged his people to persevere in the face of Russian attacks as the country celebrates Christmas. You can follow us on our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Western Spring Television. You can also watch us live on our YouTube channel at Western Spring Television. That ends Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. I am Okoye Muni. Thanks for watching and Merry Christmas.